Hello, and welcome here. Do you ever feel a quiet weariness settling in after a day of interactions? A sense of having played a part, of having navigated a complex sea of unspoken words and hidden currents? You see things so clearly, the insecurities hiding behind the bravado, the loneliness. Behind the forced laughter, the subtle shifts in tone that betray a person's true feelings. And yet, you hold your tongue. You understand that some truths, once spoken, can shatter a fragile peace. This is the silent understanding of the mature soul, the art of seeing through it, but not saying it. It is not a game of deception, but a practice of wisdom, a way to protect your own tranquility while moving through the world with grace. It is a quiet rebellion against the noise, a commitment to a deeper form of communication that honors both yourself and others. Today, let us explore this unspoken rule, not as a burden, but as a path to a profound and unshakable freedom. Let us walk this path together into the quiet landscape of knowing. The world is a stage, and you have learned to see the strings behind the puppets. You notice the carefully constructed performances, the lines recited from a script of social expectation. This clarity is not a curse. You see the fear of being forgotten in the constant need for attention. You see the deep wound that fuels another's sharpest criticisms. Your sight pierces the veil of appearance and touches the raw humanity beneath. This is your power. To see is to understand. To understand is the first step toward compassion, both for others and for yourself. You no longer take things so personally, for you see the origin of the storm. You are an observer, a quiet witness to the grand, intricate, and often contradictory dance of human connection. Do not be saddened by the masks you see. Everyone is simply trying to protect a fragile part of themselves. The mask is a shield, not a lie. It is a testament to their journey, their battles, their fears. See the mask, but also honor the tender heart it protects. See the effort it takes to maintain. Your clear sight allows you to offer a space of non-judgment, a quiet harbor where others don't need to perform so tirelessly. People are not their words. They are the intentions, the histories, and the silent emotions that shape those words. Learn to listen to the spaces between the sentences. That is where the truth resides. Listen to the hesitation, the change in breath, the flicker in the eye. When they boast of their independence, listen for the quiet whisper of their loneliness. This is not about exposing them. It is about truly hearing them. The social world is a river of transient currents. Praise and blame are but ripples on the surface. To anchor your worth to them is to be tossed about endlessly. Your gift of sight allows you to see these currents for what they are, fleeting, impersonal, and the compliment you receive today is a reflection of someone's good mood. The criticism you face tomorrow is a reflection of their inner turmoil. See it, acknowledge it, and let it flow past you. Your own value is the bedrock beneath the river, unmoved and unchanged by the shifting waters. You will learn to differentiate between a person's character and their current behavior. People are not static beings. They are processes, constantly. An act of unkindness is a moment of pain. An act of arrogance is a moment of fear. See the moment for what it is, without labeling the entire person. This allows you to hold space for their growth, and it frees you from the burden of carrying a permanent judgment. When you see through the games, you are no longer a player. You are free to simply be. You don't need to strategize to calculate your next move, or to wear a heavier mask to counter another's you can stand in. It is the end of social exhaustion. It is the beginning of genuine presence. You recognize that much of what people present as conviction is merely a defense of their comfort zone. They argue not for truth, but for the preservation of their worldview. To challenge this is to challenge their sense of safety. Seeing this, you realize that most arguments are not a meeting of minds, but a clashing of defenses. And in that realization you find the wisdom. You see the unhealed parts of people reaching out, often clumsily. The person who needs to control everything is often grappling with a deep internal chaos. The one who constantly seeks drama is often trying to distract from an inner emptiness. Your sight is not for diagnosis, but for a gentle understanding. This understanding is a form of silent compassion. It doesn't require you to fix them or even engage. It simply asks. You learn that what is left unsaid is often the most important part of any conversation. The topics people avoid, the questions they deflect, the feelings they suppress, these create the true emotional landscape. You learn to navigate this landscape with respect, knowing that you are treading on sacred and sometimes wounded ground. The need to be right is a profound source of human suffering. By letting go of your own need to win every point, you offer a rare and beautiful gift, the space for connection to exist above the need for agreement. You see the difference between kindness and niceness. Niceness is often a performance, a fear of conflict dressed in a pleasing smile. Kindness, however, is rooted in truth and strength. It is the courage to be silent when a word would wound, and the wisdom to speak a difficult truth when it is necessary. What irritates you in others often points to an unresolved aspect of yourself. What you admire in others reveals the potential that lies dormant within you. The outer world becomes your teacher, a guide to the unmapped territories of your own soul. Look closely with honesty and without fear. This is the path of self-awareness. Ultimately, seeing through it all means seeing the shared humanity in everyone. Behind every act, when you see this fundamental truth, the sharp edges of judgment soften into a vast and gentle understanding. The world no longer appears as a collection of adversaries, but as a fellowship of fellow travelers, each doing their best on a long and winding road. And now, we reach the heart of the matter. You see all of this, the intricate dance, the hidden truths, the fragile egos, the great temptation. But this is where wisdom takes a different turn. It guides you toward the profound power of not saying it. Your silence is not emptiness. It is a space you hold. It is a sanctuary you offer. When you refrain from pointing out a flaw, you are not being dishonest. You are communicating a deeper truth. I see your imperfection, and I accept you anyway. This is a powerful form of love. Not every truth needs to. They are insights for your own navigation, not weapons for social warfare. To know something is a source of power. To choose not to use that knowledge is a source of wisdom. Discernment is your greatest tool. Ask yourself, will my words heal or will they harm? Will they build a bridge or will they build a wall? Is this my truth to speak, or is it their lesson to learn in their own time? Let the answers guide your tongue. Engaging in every debate, correcting every error, and exposing every hypocrisy is a sure way to drain your spirit. Your energy is a precious, finite resource. Choose to invest it where it will cultivate peace, not where it will fuel conflict. Silence is a form of strength. It communicates self-control, confidence, and an inner stillness that is deeply compelling. While others rush to fill your presence speaks more powerfully than 1,000 hasty words. By not speaking, you give others the space to find their own answers. When you rush to give advice or to correct, you rob them of the journey of discovery. Your quiet, supportive presence is often a greater catalyst for their growth than your most brilliant insights. You will learn to speak with intention, or not at all. Let your words be like carefully chosen seeds planted in. Is it necessary? Is it kind? If it does not pass all three, let it dissolve back into the silence from which it came. There is a profound difference between being a liar and being a keeper of a wise silence. A lie actively misleads. A wise silence simply allows reality to be without the need for your commentary. It is an act of humility, an acknowledgement that you are. Sometimes you will see someone make a mistake, believe a falsehood, or present themselves in a way you know to be inauthentic. To expose this in front of others is an act of cruelty. To allow them their moment to protect their social standing is an act of profound grace. You can address it privately or not at all, but you choose not to be the instrument of their humiliation. Your non-reaction is a powerful tool. When it communicates that you will not be pulled into that storm. You are the calm eye of the hurricane. This quiet refusal to engage is more effective than any angry retort. It starves the fire of the oxygen it craves. Let go of the need to manage other people's perceptions of you. If your silence is misinterpreted as aloofness or your kindness as weakness, so be it. The people who are meant to be your peace is more important than their opinion. This wisdom, this practice of seeing but not saying, is not about becoming passive or disengaged. It is about becoming profoundly effective. It is about choosing your moments, conserving your energy, and acting from a place of deep inner knowing rather than impulsive reaction. It is a path of quiet power as we turn our gaze from the outer world to the inner. I invite you to stay with us on this journey. If you find a quiet comfort in these words, perhaps consider liking this video or subscribing, so we can continue to explore these paths of inner growth together. Let us now descend into the most important landscape of all, your own inner world. The ultimate reason to cultivate this quiet wisdom is not just to navigate the world, but to build a sanctuary within yourself. Your inner world is the only home you will ever truly have. It will always pull at you, seeking your attention, your energy, your validation. Your practice is to continually, gently, and lovingly return to the quiet center of your own being. This is your true north. Your inner sanctuary is built from stillness. Find moments in your day to simply be, to listen to your own breath, to feel the sensation of being alive in your body. In these moments of silence, you are not doing nothing. When you see the social games for what they are, you realize that the praise and approval of others are unreliable sources of worth. The only validation that truly matters must come from within. Learn to approve of yourself. Celebrate your own small victories. Forgive your own stumbles. Speak to yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. Be your own advocate, your own cheerleader, your own soft place to land. This is the foundation. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the joy of being with yourself. Actively cultivate solitude. In these sacred moments, you can hear the whisper of your own intuition, untangle your feelings, and connect with your deepest truths. A person who is at peace in solitude is a fortress. Nurture your inner garden. What are you planting in the soil of your mind? Are you planting seeds of gratitude, compassion, and self-love? You are the gardener. Weed out the thoughts that do not serve you. Water the ones that help you grow. Your inner world is a direct reflection of this loving cultivation. Become an alchemist of your own emotions. Do not suppress your feelings, but learn to sit with them. Allow sadness to wash through you like a cleansing rain. Witness your anger without letting it consume you. When you can hold your own emotions with gentle awareness, they lose their power to control you. They become your teachers, not your masters. Your body is the anchor of your being. In times of social confusion or emotional turmoil, return to your physical senses. Feel your feet on the ground. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. Savor the taste of a sip of water. This practice of embodiment pulls you out of the chaotic. These can be mentors you admire, historical figures who inspire you, or simply the wisest, calmest version of your own self. When you feel lost or confused, consult this inner counsel. What would wisdom do? What would courage do? What would love do? This connects you to a source of guidance that is always available within you. Learn to trust the quiet hum of your own soul, beyond the noisy chatter of the ego and the demands of the world. There is it speaks in feelings, in intuition, in quiet knowings. The more you return to your inner sanctuary, the clearer this voice becomes. Trusting it is the ultimate act of self-reliance. Your past is a landscape you have traveled through, not a house you must live in. Visit it for its lessons, for the wisdom it has given you, but do not set up camp there. See how it has shaped you, but do not let it define you. Your power is always in the present moment. Listen to music that lifts your spirit. Spend time in nature, the ultimate cathedral. Fill your mind with art, with poetry, with ideas that expand your sense of what is possible. A rich inner life is the greatest antidote to external emptiness. You are not your thoughts. You are the silent, spacious awareness that observes your thoughts. Imagine yourself sitting by the bank of a river, watching your thoughts float by like leaves on the water. This is the beginning of true mental freedom. The more you cultivate this inner sanctuary, the less you will need from the outside world. You will no longer go into social situations as a beggar, seeking scraps of approval or validation. You will go as a king or queen, carrying your own riches within you, ready to share them, but not needing anything in return. This is the shift from scarcity to abundance, from neediness to wholeness. And it is not about withdrawal or isolation. It is about connection from a place of strength. This is empowerment. This is the grace of living authentically. You now move through the world like a lighthouse. You are not a tugboat frantically trying to steer other ships. You simply stand on your own solid foundation, shine your own light, and allow others to navigate by it if they choose. Your presence itself becomes. They are no longer walls built from fear, but fences built from self-respect. You can say no without guilt, because you are saying yes to your own well-being. You can walk away from draining situations with grace, because you are walking toward your own peace. Your compassion deepens, but it is now paired with wisdom. You can love people without needing to rescue them. You can care deeply without carrying their burdens as your own. You begin to attract different kinds of connections, like your quiet confidence, your authentic presence, and your non-judgmental nature will draw in people who resonate with that same frequency. The frantic, dramatic connections will begin to fall away, replaced by relationships of mutual respect, depth, and ease. You learn to communicate with elegant simplicity. You say what you mean, and you mean what. There is no need for manipulation, for hidden agendas, or for passive aggression. Your clarity within creates clarity in your communication. People feel safe with you because they know where they stand. You find joy in the simple act of being, rather than in the constant pursuit of doing. A quiet conversation, a walk in nature, the warmth of a cup of tea, these small moments become profound sources of happiness. Your need for grand gestures and external excitement diminishes, replaced by a deep appreciation for the beauty of the ordinary. You forgive more easily both others and yourself. From your vantage point of clear sight, you understand that everyone is simply doing the best they can with the awareness they have. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You choose to release it, not for them, but for your own. You make conscious choices every day to protect and cultivate your vitality. You are no longer at the mercy of the world's energy vampires. Your life becomes a conscious creation, not a series of reactions. You embrace the beauty of imperfection. The Japanese have a concept called wabi-sabi, finding beauty in things that are imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. You apply this to life. You find the grace in the cracks, the wisdom in the scars, and the beauty in the authentic messiness of being human. Your fear of being misunderstood diminishes. You realize that you cannot control how others see you. You can only be true to your own core. Your task is not to be understood, but to understand yourself. And in that self-knowledge, you find a peace that no external opinion can touch. You see that true influence is not in a room full of panic. The one who remains centered holds the true power. Your stillness becomes your influence. Your peace becomes your message. You are no longer just surviving the social world. You are gracefully dancing with it. You can engage in small talk without feeling phony because you see it for what it is, a simple ritual of connection. You can navigate difficult conversations with poise because you are not attached to the. It was never about hiding or being passive. It was always about cultivating a profound inner strength, a discerning wisdom, and an unshakable peace, so that you could walk through this complex world with an open heart and a quiet mind. You have learned that the greatest secrets are not kept from others, but kept for yourself. The secret of your own worth, the secret of your own peace, the secret of your own power. I hope these words have brought you a measure of peace, a sense of recognition in your own journey. The path of the quiet observer is a beautiful one, and you do not walk it alone. Thank you for being here, for sharing this space of contemplation. Until next time.